Welcome to Open for Business, the Gallatin Valley's only local business and consumer talk show featuring Tom Eaglehoff, the Man Entrepreneur magazine radio called the leading authority in the United States for doing business in small town. Here he is, speaker, author, small business consultant, and Mrs. Eaglehoff's favorite son, Tom Eaglehoff.
All right, welcome everyone. Open for Business. We air every Saturday live from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time on AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman, 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. If you'd like to be a part of the big broadcast, go to kmmsam.com and click Listen Live. The call-in number during the show, 406-522-TALK, 406-522-8255. I'm here, you're here. Let's get the show on the road. It's Saturday, February 6, 2016. It's 25 minutes before the top of the hour. And I want to welcome you to the podcast portion of Open for Business. Each week I share some tips and tricks I've learned over the years about advertising, marketing, promotion, and building strong, successful businesses. I do these Open for Business podcasts live every Saturday between 11:30 and noon Mountain Time from the studios of AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman and AM 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. And, of course, we're streaming worldwide on the web at kmmsam.com. You can also pick us up using the smartphone app Radio Pup at radiopup.com, radiopup.com. And if you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my website at smalltownmarketing.com, smalltownmarketing.com. Just go about halfway down the homepage on the left side, and you'll find a link to the podcast page, so you can catch up on any of the podcasts that you might have missed. Today's topic, I want to talk about how to market and advertise your construction or remodeling business on a budget. One of the most common problems self-employed business owners in the construction industry face is when you're looking for construction jobs, you're not making money, and when you're doing construction jobs, you're not finding new customers, jobs, and prospects. So the challenge is, how do you do both? Well, not only perform the building and remodeling part, but you also build the business to the point where you can hire more people. Now, there are only so many hours in the day, and how you use each day is critical to the success of your construction or remodeling business. Every method I'm going to discuss today doesn't work for every business, so pick and choose the ones you like. Some may trigger some other ideas or a variation that will build your business faster. So I want to share with you 10 low-cost methods you can use to get the word out about your construction or remodeling company. So let's jump right in. Method 1 is how to advertise your construction business on a limited budget. I'm not talking about spending big bucks on radio, TV, or newspaper. Most print shops have ready-cut door hangers. If they don't, you can order your own at blanksusa.com, blanksusa.com, and you can run them through your laser printer. You can make up your own hang tags, postcards on your own printer, of course, if you're computer savvy. And when you do a job in a neighborhood, hang them on as many doors as you can while you're in that, when you're in that neighborhood. People are always curious about who's doing what in their neighborhood and may ask the neighbor how the construction went and would they recommend you. The door hangers will explain who you are, what contracting or remodeling services you offer, along with contact info and the website. You do run the risk, however, of upsetting some people who don't like unsolicited advertising hung on their doors, so decide if this will work for you in your particular area. Also, have a sandwich board made that goes near the street or on top of your vehicle to alert anyone driving by what company is doing the work. I suggest putting it near the closest intersection where you're working while you're working in the neighborhood to get all different directions of traffic, seeing your company name. Method number 2, advertising and marketing with your construction vehicles. Now, your construction vehicles with your company name on them should be parked in high traffic areas when not in use. This is an inexpensive way that your company name will be exposed to high traffic volume. Park vehicles near the farmer's market, county fair, popular parks, sporting events, anything like that, If you don't work on weekends, then your trucks are still working, doing your advertising for you. Phone numbers and websites have got to be on the rear of the trucks for people who pull up behind you at stop signs. Everybody has a cell phone. They will call, but not if your phone number is on the side of your truck. It's too dangerous to drive next to someone and try to write down or dial a number, although some people will try to do that. A large number of people will look up your website on their phone and bookmark it before the light changes. So if you have employees that you trust, pay them a little extra bucks to drive your vehicles around town for a couple of hours over a weekend or after hours during the summer when it's lighter longer. Check with your insurance company, of course, to make sure that driving company vehicles off time would still be covered in case someone runs into them. But it's a good way to keep your name out in front of people. If you don't have work, then you need to make sure your name is moving and not sitting in a parking lot or garage someplace. Magnetic signs are not expensive, so put them on your vehicles, your personal vehicles, and ask employees if they would be willing to do the same. Method 3, don't do things in the light that you should be doing in the dark. This means things like remodeling quotes and construction proposals are done after working hours. All things done in the light must build the business in some way. I know that means you have to put in a lot of hours. The good news is you don't have to do it forever. Remember, when you're doing all these things, you're not just building your business, you're also building your reputation and word of mouth about your company. Build your construction business by networking. This is method 4. Church, city council meetings, service organizations like Lions, Kiwanis Club. People who belong to these groups are usually the movers and shakers in the community, and they'll get to know you and recommend you. Yes, you're going to have to budget time to do these things, but they will pay off in the long run. Businesses are built on relationships. It's not always what you know as much as who you know. Look for groups that have breakfast meetings or weekend or lunches at the end of the week. Method 5, Chamber of Commerce recommendations. All chambers recommend their members to people who call looking for contractors and remodeling help. And if you don't have a strong chamber in your town, then find one or find another high-profile group to join. You could also be a member of SWIMBIA as well. Nothing is more powerful than a recommendation from a known entity. And method number 6, marketing your construction business with a business card. Unless you live in the middle of the Gallatin Forest, every person within walking distance of your home should have your business card. Take a Saturday afternoon and introduce yourself to everyone within a block or two of your home. People like to deal with people they know, and particularly their neighbors. My business card goes in every local bill I pay every time I pay it. I know paying bills online is fine, but the person who opens that payment envelope might need your construction or remodeling expertise, or they might know someone that does. Employees should also have business cards as well. Every person knows at least 250 people. It's the average number of people that attend weddings and funerals. So these would be family, friends, casual acquaintances. So if your employees pass out their cards and it turns into work, they should get some kind of perk or commission. So give them an incentive to bring in the work, and it's job security for them. Have magnetic business card made and stick a few on your vehicle when you park at shopping centers or other high-traffic areas. I know one contractor who covered his truck in magnetic cards. It does attract attention. So put your business card in every business and on every public board out there that allows it. If you read about someone in the paper or see him or her on TV, send them a congratulation card with your business card inside. They didn't know you before, but they sure know you now. And don't limit your prospecting to men. Women want additions and rooms redone too. Everyone is a prospect or knows one. Method 7, using the phone to market your construction business. Your construction company website should be on your voicemail. After 3 rings, my office phone automatically forwards to my cell wherever I happen to be at the moment. Many people will not leave a message. They will call another contractor. I always answer unless I'm with a client. If the phone captures the number, I'll call them back as soon as possible. If you have a storefront office, make sure the phone number and website is on your sign on the outside of the building for people driving by. We are a mobile society. We live with and on our phones. Method 8, advertise your construction business in the Yellow Pages. Not everyone is computer literate. Many people still use the old-fashioned phone book. I tear out the construction pages of old phone books and save them. If I see the same ads from competitors, I know they're getting the results, so they wouldn't be wasting their money being there. And don't forget the online Yellow Pages as well. And you can always put the following in your Yellow Page ad. For special offers and unadvertised specials, visit abcconstruction.com. You want to get people out of the Yellow Pages, away from your competitors, and over to your site so that you can show them your products, services, and expertise and make it easy to contact you. Your contact info should be on every page of your website. Don't make people search for contact info. Number 9, build your construction business with referrals. Start following up with all your old customers. Do they have or do they know anyone with new construction or remodeling needs? Is there anyone they know that might need some contracting or remodeling services? When you did the work for them, they told someone. Who did they show the work to? Ask satisfied customers if you can use their name or would they write a recommendation for you. I usually tell them I'll write the recommendation and you can just sign it. You should also take every realtor within 50 miles out to lunch. People selling homes often need a few repairs made. People buying homes usually like to make some changes. So if the realtor recommends you, then you will probably be the only call they make. Put your name in as many minds as possible. And number 10, build your construction business with social media. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn are all business building tools. If you don't have time to post each day, there is a program to help you called Hootsuite.com, HOOTSUITE, Hootsuite.com. You can make a single post and send it to 5 different social networks. Or pick and choose which networks you want to send to, or you can let the program choose the best time to send it to each network for the best exposure. I can schedule a week of posts on a Saturday or Sunday evening. Hootsuite, HOOTSUITE.com. And don't bombard people with call us post. Educate your potential customer. I don't know the first thing about roofing, so what should I know before I hire a roofer or a plumber or a remodeler? Oil-based or water-based paint? Which should I use? Use social media to educate the customer. Show me something that makes sense and saves me money or makes my house look really cool, and I will share that post with my social media contacts. Local radio and TV stations also have digital sites where you can sponsor things for a very reasonable cost. Facebook and Twitter advertising can be whatever price you can afford. I tested a YouTube post with a budget of $5 a day for 10 days. I got 3,700 views of that YouTube post. You can set the zip code or almost any demographic you want. Post photos of your work on Pinterest or Instagram, and they will be shared. You'll be surprised how many people you know already are on these and using these sites. So make your own short how-to movies and put them on YouTube. Then put the link to them on your site, or you can embed them directly in your website. Let people know how you do things. Some final thoughts on marketing and advertising your construction business. The point is, think of as many ways as you can to keep your name in front of people. Make a commitment to do these things. You will only have to work your tail off for a short period of time before the work will start coming in. If you manage your time efficiently, do some or all of the things I'm suggesting, you should have a profitable construction season. And that's the podcast. Each week on Open for Business, I share some tips and tricks I've learned over the years about advertising, marketing, promotion, and building strong, successful businesses. And I do these Open for Business podcasts live every Saturday between 11:30 and noon Mountain Time from the studios of AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman, 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. Of course, streaming on the World Wide Web everywhere at kmmsam.com. If you missed any of the previous podcasts, you'll find them on my website, smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. Go about halfway down the page on the left, and you'll find a link to the podcast page so you can catch up on any of my podcasts you might have missed. So tune in next week, and let's build successful businesses together.